All right, and I am back. Let's get back to the coding. All right, so my first kind of guess when it comes to seeing things happening from the front end multiple times is probably not applicable in this case. Generally I think of like, the React dev mode where when components get mounted, so when front-end components are mounted in React, they are, it's like the effects get run on mount, and in dev mode, components are mounted and then unmounted and then remounted again to surface problems where you're doing something on mount that you shouldn't do. So that's my first guess on why that multiple things happen in the front end. But these things aren't happening when components are loading, like the search. So it's probably something else. Now, where did I put the? There's DailyJoule. All right. I have too many windows. There's too many windows. Oh. There we go. All right. Definitely too many windows. All right, and making sure that stuff stays muted. There we go. All right. Cool. Anyway. Right. So, if we are in the Redux view. Okay. So here we can see, I guess, what happened last time, right? So we opened dialog with scan barcode, found barcode pending happened, and then search pending, and then found code pending happened again, and search pending happened again, and search was fulfilled and rejected. So that's interesting. Why? Like, found code pending happened, and then search pending happened, and then found code pending happens again. Are those different request IDs? Where did the request IDs come from? I don't know. And then search pending. Yeah. And then search fulfilled. Here was the result of the search from ultimately from Open Food Facts through our backend. And then here's the rejected. So here's where we saw the error come out. And then found code was fulfilled twice with different results. Is it because the found code thunk is returning the results of the dispatch? I think this should be pretty easy to like troubleshoot or like test different scenarios. So if I go back to food search and I go to the thunk for found code, like here we're returning this. But I guess the question is, why did? Hold on. So let's do this. Let's console.log found code. Sure. And then here, let's also add a console log. Yeah. Okay. So that can be a start, right? And so we'll let's reset all this. We're going to let's say we had some lunch. In that lunch, we'll scan a barcode. Gonna allow that. Allow it. Triple allow it. Webcam over here. You can see my very dirty keyboard. There we go. Now we can see found code pending, search pending, found code pending, search pending, and then now both of them succeeded. And so this is different from before because before the record didn't exist. And so both requests that were going to the backend, they were in the same HTTP request, but they were two requests. They were racing each other to be able to create the record for the first time. And one won. the the faster one won, and the slower one got an error because the record was already created while it was trying to create the record because it saw it didn't exist at the point in time it checked. And so that race to do a thing is a race condition. But that is only a race condition when the record doesn't exist, because otherwise both requests can update. It's still potentially not great if you have multiple requests going to update an existing record, because you might care about like the order those things happen in, or you might want them to like care about like if request 1 updates a certain field and request 2 steps over that field and like reverts it to a previous. You might need some merging logic. That's not applicable in this case, but generally speaking, it's a thing to think about. So if we go into the console and we ignore all these other things, here we go. So we can see the logging where we are getting the webcam, and then we initialize, and then we found a code, and then search showing code, and then found code happens again. Okay, so this isn't just this isn't something where we are returning something here that's causing, like, this thunk is run twice. Now that's happening because we handled barcode detected. So does that mean this handle barcode detected is getting run twice? Let's find out. And we're just going to keep on tracing this through until we figure out where the duplicity, the duplication of events is coming from. Alright, so that's the wrong code. Let's try that again. Let's see if I click this. There we go, and I have to allow. Now the real app, this application where it's deployed on an actual domain with TLS and all that stuff, you won't have to be able to tell it to remember. Okay, so barcode detected. You know what I should have done? Let's try this one more time, and with a console cleared. There we go. All right. So interesting. So a bunch of codes, a bunch of wrong codes, actually. But you can see we are getting called multiple times. I want to try this again. Let's reload the page. Are we somehow hooking onto the event multiple times? Is that what the deal is? Interesting, I only had to click the accept twice. But you can see here we detected the barcode 2 times. And so we dispatched found code twice. So why is that happening? So handle barcode detected is just being passed to this prop on food search here, and that is being passed to the barcode scanner on detected prop here, and that is being called right here on detected. So let's add a debugger line here. Yeah, I know it's unexpected. Expect the unexpected. We'll figure out what we're doing from here. Let's allow. Let's go over to debugger mode because we'll need to be here anyway. Can we close all of these things? There we go. And then pick up webcam, scan a barcode. There we go. I should honestly put a little delay before the component switches out of the state, so you can actually see the successful scanning visualization. Oh, look, it scanned the wrong code. Well, anyway. Let's see. How do we want to handle this? So basically, this onDetected can execute this callback function multiple times, right? So you can see the code result there. Let's see various other bits of information, like the box that we use to define the blue lines here. This box is what this is referring to in result, and then line and pattern, and then code result is the result. It thinks it's an EAN8, which it's not. It's the wrong kind of barcode. We have some error. I think at one point I had like a threshold check on this, but the problem was that we were just like not getting any results at all in some cases, and so I think I removed that. So let's think about how this is supposed to work. So if we get some result, so that this function I'm calling on this Quagga library takes this callback, and so this bit of code is run every time the Quagga library thinks it sees a UPC in the webcam or the camera that we've given to it, and or it gets some kind of result. And if we see that there is a code result member key on result, then we call onDetected. And onDetected is this thing that we're function that we're passing through that ultimately will call our new thunk. Originally was just a normal action, is now a thunk. So let's go back and remove some of those other. Let's see. The easiest way to do this is probably just to go here. We're gonna remove this console log. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we get here and we can try to dispatch a search. Maybe we don't want to exactly do that though. Maybe we should have different logic for scanning the barcode. Like maybe what we should do is when we get to here, we could call find external by UPC, and if it doesn't find a result, we could change the state back to the scanning view state. What is retry scanning? I see. I think that's something that we do inside of this component. Retry. Handle barcode retry. Huh. Yeah, so there's something in here that hooks onto that, right? Yeah, there's a retry button. Okay, cool. So like when we get that error, we can click retry. Maybe though, what we should do. So this was something that was nice when I had when I was using RxJS for kind of this event handling stuff, was throttling the results from the barcode scanner. Alternatively, I guess what we could do is we can check to see if we are currently. We could look at the state. And based on the state, we could search or not search. Like if we're already searching, we could ignore any additional dispatches of found code. The issue there is that, well, we'll have to change some things around, because this code for the pending on found code happens before our thunk even runs. Let's go back to the UI here, and let's continue. Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, no results. So if we look at Redux here and look at what happens. So we have found code pending, search pending, found code pending, search pending, found code fulfilled. So the fulfills don't happen here until the search is fulfilled. Is that because we're returning? I think that's because we're returning the dispatch. If we weren't returning the dispatch, I think the found code would fulfill immediately. Let's try that. Because what I think I want to do is I want to have this so that we could hook onto like the found code fulfilled. And then when that's fulfilled is when we would change the state. Ooh. Yeah, that might be good. If this works, what we can do is well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So let's reload. That'll get us in a good state. And then we'll click this, we'll allow, and allow, and allow, and then get that barcode scan, maybe. Come on, you know you want to. I had such good luck this stream with this working. Okay. Are we... We don't have a breakpoint. We're not... Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. It just needed to think for a little bit. Alright, so what was the order of events here? So we triggered the scan barcode action, and then found code pending, search pending, found code pending, search pending, found code fulfilled, and then search fulfilled. Hey! Diggs BTW7. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's been going pretty good so far. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this barcode scanner cooperate. This is not quite working the way I was hoping it would work, where I could have found code fulfilled happen before the search started, although that kind of makes sense. So I think what's going to happen is, so this found code pending happened. Let's get back to the code. So somewhere down here, pending happens. So that's where we're changing the state. So we're getting the, basically the UPC code, and we're saying, okay, let's show that. Like we found the code, let's show that as the thing that we're searching for. And then the code runs up here that dispatches the search. And then what I would like to have happen is, okay, can so what I would like to have happen is that once we start the search, we will ignore any other dispatches, any other calls to found code, until the search is complete. Now, can we do that? Maybe? So when there should be like a search dot pending. Yeah, it says loading to pending. So maybe if loading is pending, we should not do any more dispatches to search, right? So we could do something like const state, have GitHub Copilot autocomplete that for me. If state.foodsearch dot is, or maybe it's state dot is pending. What do we have here? Food search dot loading. There we go. If it's pending, or rather, sorry, if it's not pending, then we could do the search. So that would prevent any subsequent found code events once we started the search from actually dispatching another search, which should prevent the issue we were seeing where multiple requests go to the backend. All right, so let's refresh here. Let me also go over to Redux. Okay, so that's all reset. So if I go to lunch and I click add to lunch and I click the barcode scanner and I allow it to use the camera, and then I bring this over here and I scan a barcode. Come on, you know you want to. Okay, there we go. It's doing something. I really am curious why all of a sudden it's decided that it wants to be not as cooperative. Do I have like a smudge on the camera? Maybe it's the lighting? Like the green box is not like where it's scanning. The green box is supposed to be projecting like where it thinks the barcode might be. You can see the green boxes change over time. So what am I doing differently now? Is this like a... Aha, that's the wrong code, but you'll notice in the console here, this get, it only has a single input. It only made a single request. So if we do this again, yeah, allow and scan. There we go. Success, and only one request. So I don't know if that's the most idiomatic way of doing this with Redux. There we go. But yeah, I probably should fix some of these complaints, but it's fine. This is interesting. Okay, so I think I still have some time for the stream today. So I think we're basically done though with this barcode issue, which is great. I can start using this. Let's see here. So what we did, we added a condition that if as long as we're not loading, that we can allow the search to be dispatched, and that was the only change here. So prevent duplicate searches with barcode scanner. Bam. All right, and then somewhere, there we go. Great. So, all right, I can just create the pull request here, right? Extensions. Create pull request. Open issue. Stop working. I should leave topic branch. No. Do I just want to? There we go. That's the button. Fix barcode scanner. Closes number 280. Fixes. Great. And so if I go back to here and look at pull requests, let's see. So this is the previous pull request from earlier in the stream. Has some problems. What's the problem? View change. So we broke an interaction test, it looks like. Inspecting Storybook. Unable to find an accessible element with the roll button. Huh. Okay, well, I guess I know the next thing I'm going to work on. So, anyway, back to the new pull request. So this says set to auto merge. So this should merge itself. And let's work on our previous pull request here and see if we can get this working. Close all. All right, so yeah, I don't care about that. I have Storybook open somewhere, maybe. Was it over here? Yes. Oh, that's grammatic. Okay, let's just try localhost 6006. Alright, so it was saying that there was a problem with the interaction test in the thing I just closed. Consumption add. So consumption add. Okay, so probably because of the Storybook update, I'm gonna guess this test failed. So we are supposed to be able to find this input, clear it, put 300 in it, and then we're supposed to be looking for a button in a movie input, movie select route. So probably like this. And that's failing? Huh. Okay, well, let's find the story. So components. This is in organisms. So organisms. And then consumption stories TSX. Okay. And then this is in the add story. We have a few others, edit and empty data. And we have an interaction test. User event, clear, type, and then within. So very early on in the play method. So the play method in the story is what I'm referring to as the interaction tests. So here's the first steps that we're seeing that we're working. And then there should be a thing where we are looking for serving size select, get by role button. So this is the part that's failing. So the comment says open the select control and select the 1G option. So we should be looking for a label that has the text serving size, just right there. Serving size is a label. Well, yes, it is actually even a label element. And then we get the parent element, which would be this div, which also contains an input and other things. And we, within serving size select, get by role button. So potentially the role of the thing. Is not button anymore. Perhaps it's this combo box. What are we trying to do here? Select the 1G option, open the select control. Right, so we're trying to get we're trying to just click this thing right here, which is to say this div. And it has a role of combo box now. I feel like I didn't change the, apparently something I did, there we go. All right, cool. Something I did broke it. Speaking of something that I did breaking things, so expected substring 510, receive string to kcal. Okay. So we're supposed to be waiting for the drop down, and then we're supposed to be looking for 1G. We click that, and then we wait for the menu to go away, and then we wait for that 1G option to be visible. That's how we know like this is finished loading. So yeah, our donut our donut widget is broken, and that's going to prevent this pull request from being merged because of our interaction tests checking the value is a bit off. And I'm not sure why. So let's take a look at the donut chart. And in fact, we could probably look. There should be a story for that. So we can see here, if we put in the right number, it says the right number. That suggests that maybe something we are something that we're doing where we're passing the data in is causing a problem. Maybe. Is the donut chart here? Yeah, so kilocalories. It's interesting. So if we go back to the consumption, add. Okay. Oh, hey, now it works. Okay. Interesting. Wait, if I refresh the page, now it works. Weird. All right, so update interaction test and consumption component. Okay. So don't know why that is. Why that behavior is changing, but hopefully Storybook will be happy. And in the meantime, what about our other pull request that we opened? So one change must be accepted as baseline. So let's take a look at that. So we have a okay. So right at some point, yeah, I think I accepted this without the placeholder image loading in. It looks like that's been fixed now. So it's just I think maybe just a timing thing, which probably is the thing I want to fix. But anyway, I'll accept that because that is even better. And so now our barcode scanner fix is in. I'm going to go ahead and wait for the test to pass here before I update this. In the meantime, maybe we can take a closer look at the donut chart. So what branch are we on right now? We're on the Storybook update branch. That seems fine. Wait. No, never mind. So this UI here. What do we know here? So like these numbers should agree, right? So this number should match this number. And so that's not what we were seeing when we were trying to add the pineapple before. We were getting different values here versus here, which is not good. See, that all seems fine. Obviously, I mean, there's rounding, right? And that's acceptable. But when you're getting like 70 something here and 100 something here, that's not right. Now, I don't know why that difference was happening. Let's see here. Can we, like, if we click this, here we go. So let me refresh. So here's the diary entry for the item I already added. So if we click details here, we can see that it says it's 75 kcals. But the number here is 43. Like, this number is correct for this amount, according to the packaging. And so that should be what's in the database as well. And it seems to be, because it's what's down here. But this is wrong. How are we arriving at the number that we provide here versus here is a question. So if we go back to the consumption in organisms. So the total for the donut chart is what we're showing. And then in the nutrient details, we're not passing this kilocalories, we're passing in values. So where does kilocalories come from? We generate macro stats and we're getting kilocalories from there. So, right. I see. So the information that's shown down here is the raw data coming from the values, which is basically the label values that are adjusted for the portion size, the container size, and the number of servings. Whereas generate macro stats is taking those proportional values and then is calculating the number of calories those values should represent. Right, it's saying, let's see, item. Where is item coming from? Oh, all right. So we're reducing this data, and so we're calculating calories from protein, carbs, and fat. So what this is really saying is, these things don't add up, or something is wrong with the proportion math here. So 9 grams of carbs. First of all, is that the right number of carbs for, yeah, well, it's rounding down because it should be 9.3. Total fat should be 0.3 and protein 0.7. And so I think those numbers are still there. It's just rounding. Does that come out to 75 calories though? If you do the, because I'm pretty sure those proportions, the 4.0. So, according to the label, it is 0.7 grams of protein, and we're saying that a gram of protein is 4 kilocalories. So we have 2.8 there. And then carbs, we have 9.3 grams of carbohydrates times 4. So that gives us 37.2 kilocalories. And then the fat is 0.3 times 9. So that's plus 37.2 plus 2.8, 42.7, which is what we're showing here rounded up. But the label says that a serving is 75 kilocalories. So it's a bit of a disparity. So what am I doing wrong here? Let's see. Calories from macronutrients. 449. Yeah. Calories not from macronutrients? Do all calories come from macronutrients? Yeah, they come from 3. So where's the... So what is to be believed here is a question. Because the package says that the 40 grams of the pineapple is 75 calories. 75 kilocalories is what it means. And it has these proportions for that portion size of fat and carbs and protein, which should be where all the calories are coming from. But when we do the math on that, we don't get 75, we get 40 something. We get 43, in fact. So that's kind of odd. Whereas, let's try a different object, a different food item, if you want to call this food. A thing that you can eat. Let's see if we can scan this barcode. That's the wrong code. Try again. Yeah. 2167. Oh, interesting. Okay, some weird behavior. Oh wait, this right, this branch that I'm on doesn't have the fix, so this is not going to work anyway. Let's go back to here and we'll just search for organic ginger cubes. Oh right, this is my local DB, so who knows what's in there. But here we go. So this is the item in question that I was looking for. And so if we say, okay, an actual serving size of this is 40 grams, coincidentally, same mass. But this is pretty close, right? So this says, okay, there's 32 grams of carbs. This is just all carbs, these ginger cubes, because it's mostly added sugar. And you can see the details here. So it's a 130, 128. So there's a little disparity here, maybe some rounding issues, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. So this explains why the donut, like this information, disagreed with this information. I'm not sure. Would you believe that I'm not a nutritionist or someone who has a background in doing this sort of thing? Well, you should. So anyway, it is sort of working. But what this tells me is that there's some more to do in terms of understanding how this should really work. So macros, okay, calories from macros don't add up to total calories is really the issue, if you want to call that an issue. Donut chart shows calculated calories from macros. Details view shows total calories from product nutritional information. That's how you spell nutritional. What's the diff? Maybe we should just show total calories from product nutritional information in macro/donut chart. So I don't know. I have to look into that a little bit more. In the meantime, okay, we have one more thing here, but let's instead update the branch. So we have the latest changes built and tested. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to... Oh, never mind. I don't have it set, so I can just override the build process and merge. So we'll just have to wait. We can look through some of the other pull requests here that are pending. Some of these I think are, yeah, a lot of these are going to auto resolve once we update, once we get this pull request merged. And I think this one maybe got handled in the in that same pull request because I did the npm audit fix run. So a lot of this stuff should go away. I know this was one of the things I think that was listed. I think. So this project I plan to continue working on. Like I mentioned, I'm using this daily now. This DailyJoule app, web app, that is to say. At some point, maybe I'll make this available for others to use. We'll see. It needs some things to really be ready for others to use. Like I need to have like an actual proper terms of service and probably some more production, like tuning and monitoring and stuff. And if I really wanted to share it, like make it something that others could use, I guess I would need to figure out how I want to allow access to that. So I don't know. It's definitely something that was designed to serve me rather than being like, oh, this is going to be a startup business. But maybe if I get it good enough with enough extra features, which is something I've not really been looking at doing, is like how to, we could do like, machine learning analysis of your, what you're eating and when and all those things. Those are possibilities, but something I've not really touched on. But maybe that could be a product. And then I have some other projects. So we have been working on stream on like a Minecraft mod. I might go back and work on that some more. I would like to learn more about doing mod development. I have some ideas for like mods and mod packs that are going to require... Hey, that auto merged. Excellent. I think... Okay. Dependabot should like figure out that it can close a lot of those. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a release. I think I've done that on stream before, but I'm just going to make a new one. So this is going to be 0.7 for no particular reason. And let's see, generate release notes. There we go. And publish. And that will cause it to auto deploy to my server. Build and push release. So we can see that happening. Yeah, so there's that project. There's also the Rust library that I have not thought about since the last stream. Linear assignment Rust. So yeah, that issue that we were solving got fixed. There's some like kind of admin GitHub actions, a nicer GitHub page, things that could be done on this project as well. There's a project that I don't have in GitHub yet that I have been working on recently that maybe we could do on stream. So this is a bunch of stuff, but like this is a Jupyter notebook. I've been playing around with OpenAI's Whisper library in Python to transcribe videos from streams. So this is like from the stream last week. Just like all the things that I said. And what I'm doing with this is I'm looking at making a Django app or a Django project with some apps in it that are for like doing transcription and really just helping me automate taking some of the VODs, my local recordings of these streams and getting them on YouTube, and maybe actually doing more editing and polishing and writing better descriptions using GPT-4. So some things that I'm looking at doing that maybe I'll start doing on stream as well if I can figure out how I want to do that. So we'll see. All right. But yeah, I think this is going to be it for today. I think I can safely open this and share this on stream. There's no secrets shown. And in fact, we're done with the deploy. So if I were to go over to DailyJoule.app, now, let's see, I have not actually logged anything into my diary for today, I think. So this should be safe to pull up. There we go. So let's test it out. This is going to be, I'm not going to actually keep this because I didn't actually have any of this dried pineapple for breakfast. It's not really a thing I would eat for breakfast, but there we go. Now we can bring this over, scan a barcode, and click add here, and we can put in 40 because it doesn't know the actual serving size. So if I click this, I think it's going to add 43. Oh, I didn't click add. Whoops. Hey, it saved it. All right. So I need to click that button. There we go. And done. No, it has the right number. So right. So the donut, the information there is just kind of a visual because it's adding the macros. But once it actually records it to the diary, it has the right number. So it's not the biggest deal. It's just a bit misleading for some things. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to, hopefully I can, yeah, delete works. All right, cool. So if I refresh, the light mode I like a lot better. Unfortunately, the dark mode, still not quite right, but yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be it for the stream for today. Thanks so much for hanging out, for watching, and we'll be doing some more coding next week. We're just a few weeks until my holidays start, and there will be more streams in the works with doing other things. So thanks again. Take care. Hope the rest of your Sunday goes well. And until next time, bye-bye.